That major strike beginning in the US today, the United Automobile Workers Union taking to the picket lines. Our press reviewer, Deeptika Laurent, is here to take us through the reaction in the newspapers to that, what is now a breaking story over the last couple of hours.
Yeah, that's right, Sharon. Let's start with NPR, as Karis outlined the details of the strike. It is, as NPR and a lot of the press are calling it today, a historic strike against Detroit's three biggest car makers. Obviously, a dispute over pay. The source of this strike, in any case, the strike, as NPR says, is the 17th strike in the U.S. this year, involving more than 2,000 workers. UPS workers and a major pilots union successfully negotiated pay rises against a threat of strikes earlier this summer. There is, of course, also an ongoing actors and writers strike in Hollywood, which really caps off what's been a summer of labor strikes and dissent across the U.S., Sharon.
Yeah, and on that note, Deepti, Hollywood actors have been offering quirky services to raise money for their striking colleagues. Tell us about that.
Well, for a couple of $1,000, you can, one cast will write and sing you a song. An actress will help you figure out the New York Times crossword. It's part of an initiative on eBay called the Union Solidarity Coalition. Basically, Hollywood actors and writers taking to using their talents to help raise money for a fund that will help workers who are obviously not getting paid while they're striking. Actor Adam Scott, for instance, will walk your dog. If you live around LA, he'll walk your dog for an hour. It'll cost you $2,500 though, so definitely not a cheap dog walker. John Lithgow, meanwhile, will paint a watercolor portrait of your dog for the very modest sum of $4,250. Sharon.
Not cheap, but maybe worth it, Deepti. Meanwhile, you're taking us to Haiti, where a dispute with the neighbouring Dominican Republic has led to a border shutdown. That's taking effect from this Friday.
Yeah, that's right. There's a very good factual article in the Washington Post today which explains that it comes in response to the excavation of a canal by a farming group on the Haitian side for water from this river called the Massacre River, whose resources both countries share. The Dominican Republic says Haiti is trying to divert water resources, which would affect its own farmers. The river also historically was the site of a mass killing of Haitians by the Dominican army back in 1937. And this dispute, which has sort of been building up in the past days, is also playing out in the respective press. This is from Le Nouveliste, which is the Haitian paper. Now, Dominican Republic has already begun building a wall at its border. It's also deported tens of thousands of Haitians back home, including those who were excavating that canal. Now it's shut the border down altogether. The editors for this Haitian paper today wonder just how far will the Dominican government go to stop this excavation of this canal. Meanwhile, from Listín Diario, which is a Dominican paper, the editors there remind readers that after the devastating earthquake in Haiti in 2010, the Dominican Republic took in tens of thousands of Haitians. It accuses the country essentially of being ungrateful and backs the Dominican president, Luis Abinader's decision to shut the borders, saying it is unquestionably, I quote, defending national dignity.
Finally, it's that time of year, Deepti. Nobel Prize, but not as we know it. Winners announced. Tell us about that.
Well, the IG Nobel, took me a couple of minutes to figure this one out. The IG Nobel Prize winners, not to be confused with the much more stately Nobel Prize ceremony, is kind of a parody of the Nobel Prizes. It recognizes real research in fields that make people laugh first and foremost. They're research in domains that are very unusual. Among the laureates this year, you have the Chemistry and Geology Prize that went to scientific research into why scientists like to lick rocks. The prize for public health went to the development. So this is the website of the Ig Nobel Prize. You can check out the list of all the laureates. The Public Health Prize went to a smart toilet, the development of a smart toilet that can analyze your poop for any possible signs of disease, and also takes an anal print so they can identify the user. The mechanical engineers, well, they won an engineering prize for reanimating dead spiders to be used as mechanical gripping tools. In the field of medicine, the prize was given to researchers who used cadavers to explore whether humans have the same number of nostril hairs. And taking the literature prize, researchers who analyzed the feeling you get when the same word is repeatedly written. The prize money for these awards is an eye-watering $10 trillion bill from Zimbabwe.
From the intriguing to the downright terrifying. Deepti, thank you so much for that. That's Deepti Laurent joining us there with our press review. Do stay with us for more world news here on France 24.